Yes, guys, it's Nearly Last and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is what I think is not really new news, but a lot of people are jumping onto it straight away, posting it up onto their YouTube channels as they usually do as soon as it pops up onto Charlie Intel. And because with Charlie Intel, what they did was reveal something that was leaked onto esports stream, and that is in regards to COD points. Now, this image that you're seeing coming up on your screen now, this is the image that has been being passed around at this particular moment in time. As you're seeing it with the name there, JTF Wolverines, on top of that is the actual COD points symbol. Now, a lot of people jumping on there going, oh my god, COD points is returning, it's for definite, we're definitely going to be having those kind of supply drops where you can actually buy them and everything else in between. Are you really surprised? I mean, is this really news whatsoever? I mean, at the end of the day, we've had the beta. We know there's going to be supply drops in Call of Duty, which we knew there was going to be anyway, because let's look back to Advanced Warfare. Now, when Advanced Warfare popped out and come about, they put in supply drops there, people started buying them, and you remember all the videos. We all remember the videos, you know, where like people would open up a supply drop, get some legendary gloves, they'd be falling off their chair, screaming the house down and what else. I'd be looking at them thinking, what the fuck are you doing? But, you know, it just seemed to be part and parcel of Call of Duty back then. You know, it's just like it was the new big thing. And in regards to that, Activision made a ton of money. And if we look back to Advanced Warfare, which didn't really do all too well in regards to sales. Now, once Activision published sales later on, you know, after the year had gone past, now their sales figures were astronomically good. They were absolutely fantastic. And that was all down to the fact that supply drops were actually introduced into that game. You know, the sales might not have actually made a great deal of money, but in regards to that, supply drops come along and they bumped up all that money no end, and Activision were very happy indeed. So then moving on then to Black Ops 3, supply drops coming back once again. We got told there was going to be no weapons or anything else like that in it. Everybody knew that was not going to be the case. We all knew it wasn't going to be the case. I don't know why some people got on the bandwagons of being really surprised, you know, when it actually came about. It was always going to happen, just for the sole fact of the money that they made in the previous game. So with Black Ops 3, what they did do then was it introduced COD points. Now, this is obviously, as we all know, the virtual currency, and that way you can actually buy these particular COD points via, you know, particular stores on your PlayStation or your Xbox One, and you can use them to actually open supply drops. Now, once it come around with Black Ops 3, you know, the community turned very harshly towards these particular supply drops, and with all the hate that Activision and all the supply drop videos that have just died away, you know, even the bigger YouTubers thinking, we better not be doing this anymore because people really are not enjoying it. Now, even though that's died away, and everybody's then started thinking that maybe Activision in themselves, not Infinity Ward, because Infinity Ward have their hands tied just like Treyarch do. I know a lot of people jump on Treyarch saying, oh, why are you putting weapons in supply drops? Even their developers have come out and said it's got absolutely nothing to do with them. The top dog, Activision, decide how these weapons are going to be dished out. And, you know, it's always going to be locked into those supply drops. Obviously, with Infinite Warfare, we do have those classical weapons that we're going to earn after Prestige. And also, as we know from the beta, that you can actually earn these epic weapons. And one that else through salvage, you know, just grinding out the game. And from what my time on the game was, you can actually grind them out in a realistically amount of time as well. But obviously, as we know, that a lot of those weapons are in supply drops as well. But in the future, there are going to be other weapons, whether or not they're going to be ranged weapons or not, or maybe just melee weapons. There will be some form of weapons in those supply drops. And this brings me to the point of basically COD points. I mean, everyone's going, oh my god, COD points are back into the game. There is absolutely no surprise whatsoever that they're going to be in this game. Think about all the hate that Infinite Warfare does have. Let's look at after the beta. A lot of people saying they're cancelling their pre-orders, and loads of people saying this is just a carbon copy, you know, more a futuristic Black Ops 3, but a worse game than Black Ops 3. You know, people are really not looking to this, and most people, including myself, do believe that this game will pretty die out around about January, February time. And you know, there will be still people playing on it, But in regards to that, I do believe that the player base in this particular title is going to die away. Activision know this as well. So in regards to that, the sales are going to suffer somewhat. Now, they will be bumped up mainly due to the fact they got Call of Duty 4 Remastered. That's going to be coming with Infinite Warfare. And as we know, you have to buy one with the other. So that will help the sales bump up just that little bit more. Probably might creep them up into the best-selling game of the year. Who knows? Activision normally pull it out the bag in regards to that. But they still need to make their money, and I do believe they will suffer with the season passes. I don't care whether they're giving you 10 rare supply drops and 1,000 salvage points or whatnot else. They are going to be suffering with the actual season pass, mainly due to the fact when the player base actually drops, you are not going to be able to really play on those particular maps, just to the sole fact that most people won't buy it. So the chance of you actually getting onto the new maps, unless you actually go into that particular playlist, you know, is going to be pretty nullified. So a lot of people are going to tend to strafe away from that. So if they're going to be losing their money through obviously sales and also through the season passes, they will be bumping the shit out of those supply drops. There is no doubt about it. So for all the people out there that are really surprised, I'm very, very surprised that you're actually surprised, if you get my meaning. I got to be honest here, because this is not news whatsoever. This was always going to happen. We all knew there's going to be supply drops in the game. This will not go away. This is in Call of Duty. Activision make far too much money out of it to actually get rid of it altogether. There is going to be no way. They might change it up and maybe just a little bit this year, just trying to keep the community just that little bit happy, because they're not too happy with Infinite Warfare. But supply drops are here to stay. COD points are here to stay. This is nothing new. But anyway, guys, leave it in the comment section below exactly what you're thinking about this. It'd be very, very interesting here indeed. But coming up on my screen now is the subscribe button. Make sure you jump in on that if you haven't already done so. And guys, make sure you are smashing that like button and supporting me. This is going to be nearly last, and I'll catch you later.